Joe Zekas from YoChicago.com. I'm in the offices of the Belgravia Group this afternoon, panning across Ravenswood Terrace, which is the latest development from Buzz Ruttenberg on my left, who's the founder of the Belgravia Group, and Alan Lev on my right, who's the president and CEO. What's the next neighborhood? Since you had a great track record here, you were building 10, 12 years ago in River West, Fulton River District, when that was nothing over there. This is not your first foray into the West Loop. You built townhomes, again, 12, 15 years ago?
Not quite so long, but
not quite that long?
The Chelsea townhomes were when? We finished that in
it's probably 8, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
69 townhomes that really have held their value quite well. I was talking to a homeowner recently that it's worth more still than when they bought it, which is a testament to the neighborhood, given what happened from 2008 on. It's hard to say what the next neighborhood is. People don't seem to be quite as pioneering these days as they were. I still think it's somewhat infill.
I think we're going to talk about return to the future. So I think that the yet to be fully evaluated community is the corridor along Chicago Avenue. And if you take Oak Street, for example, as an east-west corridor on the north end of east-west corridors, because it's at the edge of the lake, and you go down to, say, Wacker Drive, which is where the Chicago River is, as the other end of that. So you have almost a mile of what would be called Greater North Michigan Avenue. And you go east-west, you find that that community in virtually every east-west street has positive activity, and it's charming and it's wonderful, whether it be Oak Street or Erie Street or Ohio and Ontario, whether that may not be so charming, but it's got a lot of commercial activities, the tourists visit it, and it goes west. You look at Chicago Avenue, and once you cross Michigan Avenue going west, and you get to Rush Street, which is Park Hyatt and the Polo Shop, from that area all the way back to Montgomery Ward's has got a lot of uncertainty to it.
You do have new development going on in Chicago and LaSalle. Smithfield
I'm aware of Chicago LaSalle, and of course I have an apartment building on Chicago and Wabash that's a landmark building.
Hotel St. Benedict's Flats.
The old Hotel St. Benedict's Flats, and we are exploring the purchase of the adjacent corner at Rush in Chicago for some development. And we are exploring other interesting corners that I won't discuss in public yet that are along the Chicago Avenue corridor. But Chicago Avenue has its own challenges because at the eastern end you have church property and you have Loyola property, which are typically not consumer friendly because they're more institutional and they're not exactly habitational or retail. And when you get further west where Smithfield is, you wind up in Moodyville, where Moody Bible Institute has a fair amount of property.
And also have the YMCA there.
Then we have a YMCA that is begging for someone's attention. It may be ours at some point. And then you get west of Orleans on the way to Ward's. Ward's rehabbing has been excellent. There's good food out there. People are happy to live out there. But you have a bit of a no man's land from Ward's east, basically to where Smithfield's going to do at LaSalle. So I think we're seeing a return to certain infill locations that have been bypassed for one reason or another. So I would say, Joe, when we talk in another 5 or 10 years and you and I are sitting around in our middle age, we will speculate on what's coming, but Chicago Avenue will be infilled and it'll be a very attractive and big asset to the city.